The spring morning was warm and bright, the scent of blooming flowers wafting through the open windows. Inga stirred awake to the sound of hurried little footsteps in the hallway. Her daughter Sarah burst into the room, her face lit with excitement. "Mommy, can we go to the animal shelter today? Please?" she pleaded. For months, Sarah had been asking for a pet. After endless negotiations, Inga had finally agreed to visit the shelter. Just to look, she'd warned. But she knew her daughter's heart had already decided. At the shelter, rows of cages lined the walls, each filled with eager barks or quiet meows. Sarah's eyes sparkled as she moved from one enclosure to the next. Then she stopped abruptly in front of a cage in the corner. Inside lay a pit bull. His body was thin, his coat dull and patchy. His head rested heavily on his paws, his eyes half closed in resignation. "What about this one?" Sarah asked softly. Inga hesitated. "Sweetie, he looks sick. Maybe we should—" Before she could finish, a shelter worker approached. "That's Duke. He's been through a lot. Abandoned, malnourished, and, well, he's not been responding to treatment." "Will he get better?" Sarah asked, her wide eyes brimming with concern. The worker hesitated. "We were actually planning to put him to sleep today. It might be kinder." "No!" Sarah's voice was firm, her small hands gripping the bars of Duke's cage. The dog's ears twitched at her outburst, and for the first time, his eyes met hers. They were tired, but there was a flicker of something. Hope. "Please, Mom, can we take him home? He just needs love," Sarah begged, tears shining in her eyes. Inga's heart ached. She knew the challenges ahead, but how could she say no to her daughter's compassion? "All right," she said finally, "but we'll need to do everything we can to help him." The days that followed were tough. Duke was weak and hesitant, flinching at sudden movements and barely eating. But Sarah was patient. She sat beside him every day, reading him stories, stroking his head and whispering, "You're safe now, Duke. We love you." Little by little, Duke began to trust. His tail, once still, started to wag. His appetite returned, and his coat grew shinier. Soon, he was bounding through the yard with Sarah, his bark full of joy.